listening to AstroDetectives, where longtime friends Scott and Sarah try to debunk
or prove
the ancient practice of astrology.
I'm Sarah Hartshorn, the Astrologer.
And I'm Scott Randall, the Skeptic. Each episode, I'll give Sarah two natal charts. One chart matches the exact moment of birth for our mystery guest, and the other is just a red herring.
I'll use astrology to detect which chart belongs to our guest. And with a little help from my underground network of AstroDetectives, this case is as good as solved.
Oh, we'll see about that. Welcome, everyone, to another episode of AstroDetectives. I'm joined with the astrologer, our favorite astrologer, Sarah. Welcome.
Well, your favorite astrologer. I don't know if I'm anyone else.
Ours, anyone listening to our podcast, I can't see them having a more favorite astrologer.
Oh, come on.
Sarah, are you your favorite astrologer?
Oh, not at all.
What?
I have many favorite astrologers.
All right. Well, speaking for 1/4 of our listenership, Sarah likes another astrologer more, but I still feel like you're number one in the hearts of most of our listeners.
Okay, well, I appreciate that.
And number one in the hearts of your co-host and resident skeptic, I am Scott, bringing the balance of science to some of these wild claims that astrology makes. And we keep each other on track on our little show here. If it's your first time listening, we're going to have a guest come on. We have two birth charts, and we don't know which one belongs to that guest. So we're going to be using whatever we can to try and match our guest with the correct birth chart. Sarah, of course, will be using the powers of astrology.
Mm-hmm.
I will be using my trusted coin or any sort of intuition that I can gather from the guest based on their knowledge of astrology, if that leans me in one direction or another. We have today, the two charts are a Cancer and a Scorpio.
Yes.
So yeah, of course I know everything about those signs, Sarah.
I was going to say, do you know what they have in common?
Oh, in common. Water?
This is it. Yes. I was going to say, this is an easy one.
It's not that easy. I just knew that Cancer is water, and I thought Scorpio would be fire, but I guess not.
Well, and they both have pinchers, too, so watch out.
Yeah, during this interview, we're going to watch out. But the main difference between sun sign, Scorpio, and Cancer, we're going to have the difference between a very emotional person who really sinks into feelings. Although I feel like Scorpios are associated with feelings too. They just...
Yes, all water signs are associated with emotion, intuition, feelings, the feeling nature of things. But one is ruled by the moon and one is ruled by Mars. So Mars is a planet that's a lot more aggressive and dynamic and so that's Scorpio. And the moon is much more about nurturing and caring and safety and comfort. So Cancer is a sign that is a lot more associated with, they're both sensitive, but Cancer is definitely probably got the edge on the expression of sensitivity. And they really are in tune with the undercurrents of emotion in this situation. And there's an association with creativity and nostalgia and being really reflective. And it's because it's associated with the moon. So there's a lot to do with like mood, sorry, I'm not like describing it very well right now.
Well, you don't have to go into too much detail.
Okay.
Just, it sounds like, Cancers and Scorpios have emotions, but I feel like Cancers like to nurture more and maybe Scorpios like to...
Scorpios are a lot
murder you more.
Yeah, no. Scorpios are a lot more
sex
intense.
With you more.
Scorpio is a sign that's a lot more about intensity and control and it's I'm just going to go with intense right now. I'm having
Intense.
brain fog when it comes to my Scorpios. They're very deep, you know. They can not. It's a fixed sign, so they don't always want to let go of things. And I feel like that's kind of the difference between these two charts. Is like the Cancer chart is giving me a lot more of like somebody who. Not just because they're a Cancer, but for a lot of reasons. This is a chart of someone who has maybe a harder time with consistency, whereas our Scorpio chart has a lot of signatures of somebody who has trouble letting go of things. That might be very tenacious and hanging on to things past the point of when they should. So that's the two energies I'm kind of getting from those.
All right. And this person was born in the other hemisphere, which we enjoy too. This is a southern hemisphere birth. Mm-hmm. So I think we've had one of those on the show before, and we're going to look forward to the next. Anything
We've
else?
had a couple of guests from all over the world, so we're lucky that way.
Well, I remember I thought one Australian for sure, but southern hemisphere. Have we?
We had somebody, I think, from Serbia. Is that right?
Is that in the south? I need my world
that's
map.
From Eastern Europe, I think.
Yeah, they'd be up. There was a big difference, I remember you saying, between northern hemisphere and southern hemisphere. So I think this is our second southern hemisphere.
Oh, I see it. Yeah.
But we'll explain that on the debrief, win or lose. We'll get into the differences of southern hemispheres for those astro detectives out there who want to know all the details. But for now, maybe let's bring our guest in.
All right.
Right after this. Hey listeners, we're not just a podcast that tests astrology, we're an independent detective agency. That means we rely on you to help us keep the show running.
Exactly. By joining AstroDetectives on Patreon, you can support our mission to finally prove astrology is real.
Or, completely debunk it.
Here we go again.
One thing we can agree on, AstroDetectives is the only place you'll find astrologers and skeptics working together, like a buddy cop movie you didn't know you needed.
And trust me, detective work takes time. Gathering evidence, late night stakeouts, solving cases, especially when Mercury's retrograde.
Okay, you can't blame Mercury.
The first step is easy and free. Just follow Astro Detectives on Patreon to get access to our debrief episodes where the conversation continues after each case ends. We break down what went right and what went wrong.
And if you want to fast track your training, become a rookie detective for only $3 a month. You'll unlock exclusive bonus episodes, plus early releases and the top secret case files sent straight to your inbox.
Or for just $1 a month, we'll make you an Astro intern. No compensation per se, but hey, you'll gain valuable detective experience and that warm fuzzy feeling knowing you're helping us keep the lights on.
So if you like what we're doing and want to support us, head over to patreon.com/astrodetectives and join the investigation today. Welcome back, everybody. We've got our two birth charts that we discussed, and now we are joined with our guest this week. Welcome to Astro Detectives, Owen.
Hi.
Hi there. So we're going to be asking you some questions, getting to know you a little bit, and I'll start things off, and then Sarah will be getting into more details as things unfold. But if you could just start by talking a little bit about work. What do you currently do? And what kind of roles have you always felt like you're drawn towards?
Okay, so I'm currently between jobs. I do a lot of odd jobs. I'm not often employed for a long amount of time. So I have a Bachelor of Computer Science, and I mostly work as a programmer. Currently, I'm programming for a lighting company. But I also do sound hire for festivals. I work in a phone repair store. I do a lot of work in tech. I'm mostly drawn to jobs in tech. And recently, I've also been drawn to jobs in agriculture. Does that answer the question?
Yeah, well, that really spans. Tech and agriculture almost seem, to me at least, to be polar opposites. One is like getting your hands in the earth and growing, and the other is very removed and digital and detached and, I don't know, Can you talk about how do those things, how are they linked for you, or what do you love about them both?
I'm not really sure. I like tech just because it's interesting. Like I like programming. Yeah, but I also like agriculture just because it's I like growing things and being out in nature. I grew up. The school I went to, was an agricultural school. So, yeah.
Okay, so they and did you focus on computers and programming at all at school as well?
No.
So your background and education is more in the agriculture side?
Yeah.
Okay. That's going to be useful if AI takes over. I think they're the only things they can't do are these physical things like planting food. And some of our listeners might have guessed or might have noticed the accent. Can you tell us where you're joining us from?
I was born in Australia,
And
that's where I'm now as well.
All right. And no intention to leave. You like it there?
No, I'll leave.
Oh, really? Where would you like to go?
I'm not sure yet.
And by the way, don't come to the US. It's not good right now.
We're having our own little time here.
Yeah. We want to come there.
It's not that great here.
Well,
you've seen the Trading Places movies. We'll just trade places. And I'm sure the grass is always greener on the other side, right?
Yeah.
Let's see. Has that always been kind of your dream, or were you kind of thinking, maybe growing up your earliest years, sometimes as children, we think, I want to be this and grow out of it. But was there an early career that you were really thinking about?
Not really. I don't. There hasn't been much. I'm not very passionate. I don't have any passions. So I'm very. There's nothing that I'm super interested in. That's why I do a lot of different things.
Interesting. Okay. So doing a lot of little odd jobs here and there, can you kind of describe maybe one or two of those as just kind of examples of like a task or something that you've done for work and I don't know the end of that question. It's just going to trail off.
Okay, well, right now I work in a lighting company, programming lighting. I used to do removal jobs for people. I used to work in a phone repair store. I barely work in it anymore. I've also worked in fast food. Yeah.
We all put in our time at fast food a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
2 weeks at McDonald's for me.
Can I just jump in and ask, you said that you don't stay anywhere very long. Is that because you get bored, or what is the reason?
Normally I move a lot. But also it's often something will come up. Like, for example, I'm not very old. I was in school for most of my life. And that change in school, what would happen in school would affect, whether the hours I can work or what jobs I can do.
Okay.
I've changed schools.
Okay.
Gotcha.
And now you're feeling more freedom now that you don't have to have that set schedule.
Yeah.
And would you prefer to have kind of the chance to just do every odd job that you want to, or are you kind of striving towards a full time?
It's nice to have a stable income.
Yeah.
But yeah. But I guess some flexible hours is nice as well.
Okay.
Have you thought about what you would like? Just say you had all the money that you could need for the rest of your life. Have you ever thought about what you would do to pass the time?
I have not thought about that. I don't really know what I'd do. I feel like I don't know.
Okay.
Well, at this age, invest it
Scott.
And then once you figure out what you want to do with it, it's grown. Next question, moving on to if you were to try and guess, how would your friends describe you if we had them on the show and we were like, tell us about Owen. What are some words or some things that they might say to describe you?
Well, they'll probably say I'm socially awkward, as you can probably tell. I've had people describe me as reserved a couple of times before, so I guess I'm quite reserved. Intelligent, I would say, but I don't know. What else? I need to think of bad words too.
What is your greatest weakness?
I just have too many strengths. No,
right?
Probably my inability to talk on a show like this.
You would be surprised. You're doing pretty well.
Yeah.
Thanks.
And it's funny that you mentioned, like, strengths and weaknesses. Being that you've done multiple jobs, you've probably had a lot of job interviews, or at least talking to people about the service that you're going to provide. Can you describe, when you're having that conversation, kind of how are you presenting yourself?
I'm just as nervous as I am now.
So they say, listen, we need something removed. We need your removal services. You're probably asking them, what do you need removed? And is it illegal? And or how do you go into that meeting?
I'm not really sure what you're asking.
So we scheduled a meeting, you and I, and I said, I need something removed. Tell me a little bit about yourself so I know that you're the right person for the job.
I'm not really good at talking about myself. I'm sorry.
Oh, no.
I was confused by the question. I'm not sure where you're going with it, Scott.
We're in a job interview. I'm just like, the boss says, tell me a little bit about yourself. If they
need something removed, well, they pretty much have to hire me, or I guess they could hire someone else, but at least I'm going to remove at least I do the job.
So you'll say, look, I'm not here to talk about myself, but all you need to know is the job will be done.
Pretty much.
Okay. Straight to the point kind of answer in the job interview.
Yeah. I don't like small talk.
Okay. Well, buckle up, because we're all about the small talk here. Let's see. I guess moving on to some hobbies. What kind of things do you like to do when you're not doing work? Free time, other than coming on podcasts?
I program in my free time as well as at work. I like cooking. I like hiking. I like listening to music and also playing music. I like reading. I like writing. Yeah.
What instruments do you play?
Violin and piano mostly.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, we got enough guitar players out there, so it's nice to hear a violinist.
That's something I say all the time.
How often do you get asked to join bands by guitar players?
Not very often. People don't really want a violin in a band.
What was the last famous violin band? I have to go all the way back to Dave Matthews Band. Who else is a good violin band?
Well, Lindsay Sterling, but she's kind of a soloist, but she has like backup people.
Doesn't Mumford & Sons have a violin in the band?
Oh, yeah, I think so.
They made a lot of money. There you go.
Yeah, you just need some Mumford guys.
Yeah, there are a bunch of Mumford guys running around out there. You mentioned writing. Fiction, or what kind of writing?
Yeah, okay. So I used to do a lot of playwriting. I wanted to be a playwright. I did drama in year 11 and 12, and I did playwriting for that as my major work. I have a website, and I typically write my thoughts on things on it, but I don't write enough.
That's interesting. You were describing yourself as being kind of shy and reserved, yet sharing your thoughts on a website is putting yourself out there. What do you think makes it easier to do in that format?
I'm not put on the spot.
Yeah. you can tinker with the wording just perfectly and then post it.
Yeah. Yeah. I spend weeks writing an article that's only a couple hundred words.
Do you get feedback on it?
Sometimes, very rarely, but sometimes. People email.
How do you respond to whether it's positive or negative feedback to something that you've written?
Like
how does it feel?
Well. I like criticism, or constructive criticism. Typically I just incorporate, if someone has an idea, I'll typically incorporate it. Yeah. If someone's idea goes against what I'm trying to say, then I tell them that.
Kind of put it through the filter. If it makes sense, incorporate it. If it doesn't, leave it out.
Yeah.
Well, that's very logical. Sarah, what are you wondering about over there?
Well, I had a follow-up question. You said that, you've described yourself as kind of shy and reserved, and talking on podcasts like this is challenging, which I have to commend you. There's a lot of shy people who wouldn't do it, But you did say on your forum that you would want to be on television. So I thought that was kind of interesting. How do you reconcile that?
I said I want to be on television.
Oh, on your forum, it's like, you tell us, like, would you want to be on television, like a reality show or a game show?
I don't remember saying that.
Okay.
I did. I don't mind acting like on a stage.
Okay.
As I said, I did drama, and I was required to do group projects and monologues. I actually have. I typically think of it as the opposite of stage fright. Like on a stage, I have heaps of confidence, but not on a stage. When I'm just socializing normally, that's when I'm at the most anxious.
Okay, I understand. And I feel like a lot of actors are actually that way, where they're comfortable playing a part. They're just not comfortable playing themselves. Okay, interesting. You also mentioned that you are you kind of eat very strictly. Can you describe, are you like a vegan or a vegetarian?
I'm vegan, yeah.
Okay. Any particular reason why? Is it like
just all of the general reasons, like health benefits and like animals and whatever. Also, Buddhism. I've been Buddhist for a while, not as long as I've been vegan, but I've been Buddhist for a while now, about a year maybe. And Buddhists are vegetarian.
Oh, nice. Okay, well that's really cool. And so when you're talking about agriculture, what specifically do you do? Do you just do the planting crops or something else?
Yeah, I like the idea of eating food that I've grown myself from seeds.
Yeah, I love that. Okay. All right, let's see. Moving on. I did want to ask you about growing up. Now, you only share what you're feel comfortable sharing, but you said on your form that you don't really like reflecting on like your childhood or growing up. Can you talk a little bit about what that was like?
Well, I was bullied a lot in school.
I see.
So there's that. And also my family, I don't have a great family either. So most of my childhood, I didn't have anywhere that I felt very comfortable. I preferred school because it was away from my family, and I just kind of stayed away from everyone. I guess that's why I'm the way I am now.
I'm so sorry to hear that. So is there anything that you feel comfortable sharing about your parents?
Sure, I don't mind. My parents didn't they weren't there a lot of the time. My dad especially. My mum was sometimes. They both drank a lot, and yeah, my dad mostly worked. That's why he wasn't really home. My mum sort of just wasn't home. I don't know. She just wasn't home. That's why I have two brothers, and we didn't have much money. So I had to start working quite early, or I would consider early, so I could help my family.
Mm. Were you asked to do that, or did you just like decide you have to do that?
I think my mum asked me, but I already knew that we didn't have very much money.
Mm. Yeah. What are your brothers like?
I've got two younger brothers. The youngest is a lot like me. The middle one is very social. He's very extroverted. He's very athletic. Pretty much all the things that I'm not.
Do you get along with them?
Not really. I get along with my youngest brother, but not the other one.
Okay. And all right, Scott, do you have any more questions?
I was kind of curious about what got you into Buddhism. You know, that's a very, I don't know, like when you kind of choose a path of spirituality or religion, I dare say religion, I guess Buddhism is religion, but it's very much focused on mindfulness, being present. Is that what drew you to it? Is there was kind of the anxiety or the awkwardness that you were feeling drew you into Buddhism? If not, what drew you to it and what do you get out of it?
I like meditating. I've meditated for a very long time, even before I was Buddhist. So a religion that centers around meditation sounds right up my alley. Also, astrology. I've always been very spiritual, and I liked learning about astrology. I initially learned Western astrology because I live in a Western country, but I soon learned about Vedic astrology, and I've been learning that a lot as well, particularly recently. And in Vedic astrology, some of the things relate to Hinduism. So I was learning about Hinduism, and then that's when I learned about other religions from India, and Buddhism is one of those.
Very
it
cool.
just already lined up with, you were already meditating, and so it was just a good fit.
Yeah, and also there was in Australia, there's this Buddhist retreat. It's 10 days long. And one was happening right when I learned about all this, pretty much when I learned about it. So I signed up and went and really enjoyed it. It's 10 days of silent meditation, and I really like silence. I'm fond of that. I
signed up for one of those in November. It's only 7 days though, but I'm excited about it. What did you get out of the experience? Or not
a lot. I had to go back a couple more times, but it was a good experience. It was a cool experience. I think everyone should do it.
That's interesting. The first time you didn't get a lot out of it, but each subsequent time a little bit more because you knew what to expect.
Well, you don't really get the same. You don't get the same. There's not the same things come up every time you do it. So there's not really anything you can expect.
Mm-hmm. Except silence. You're going to get a lot of that.
Except silence. Yeah. Expect no talking.
I was curious, speaking of like spiritual journeys. So in Australia, we have the impression that down there, the walkabout is a big part of growing up. Does anyone do that? Do you ever just go out into the wilderness for a few, I don't know, days, weeks alone? And that is an experience of getting to know yourself. To me, that meditation retreat made me think about, for you, that maybe it had that kind of an effect.
No, I've never heard of that before.
There's no walkabout?
I didn't even know that was a thing.
Sarah, am I crazy?
I mean, I didn't know where you were. I've heard that phrase, but I didn't know that was a thing. So yeah, I think you.
I've never heard that phrase.
The walkabout. You know what? I'm going to talk.
You probably heard about it from Crocodile Dundee, Scott.
Yeah, you know what? That's where most of us up here learned about anything Australian. I'm going to ask ChatGPT and it's going to back me up.
Okay.
You just wait. It's a rite of passage, it says.
I had another question. Oh, Owen, have you ever had any kind of like health issues? And if so, is there any that you could talk about?
No, my health is good.
Good health. Okay. How about like even just prone to like, you know, like have you ever twisted your ankle or, things like that?
I get a lot of. I think my skin is very sensitive and soft. I get a lot of cuts and bruises and other things like that just by existing. But
Okay.
I broke my arm. I broke my arm once. That's the only serious-ish injury that I've had.
Okay. Okay. How did you break your arm?
My brother pushed me down some stairs.
Oh, God. That's horrible. I'm so sorry. Ugh. The middle one?
Yeah.
I don't like that. Okay. Scott, do you have any more
Yeah, I wanted to
questions?
mention that a walkabout is a traditional practice in some Australian Aboriginal cultures, though the term has also been popularized and sometimes misused in broader Australian English. It's a rite of passage, a journey into the wilderness. Just so we all know,
Okay.
we should do a walkabout.
When I turned like 13 or 14 or something, my dad came up. I saw my dad, and he took me. We did that. It was just a hike. I just considered it a hike. It was like a 5-day hike through some rainforest. I don't know. Yeah, there was a lot of river crossings. That was sort of like a rite of passage, I guess.
I think you had one. You just didn't know that that's what it was called.
It's just hiking. Everyone does hiking.
Well, 5 days of hiking is a lot of hiking. This says it's weeks. It often lasts weeks to months. So you might have had a very short walkabout.
Yeah. Weeks to months. Wow.
Yeah, I think you just go out and see if you survive. And if you come back, then you're a man.
Let me ask, Owen, do you have any like favorite movies or stories that resonate with you?
Not really. I don't watch much TV. I didn't have a TV growing up. Stories. I don't know. I really don't know. I like reading. I don't think I have any favorites. I guess 1984. That's my favorite book.
Okay, 1984. What is that about? I feel like I've heard of it, but
Uh,
I can't remember.
Dystopian society. Yeah.
Okay. Do you like nostalgia a lot?
Like nostalgia.
Like, do you like like thinking about the past, or are you more like focused on the future?
I'm trying to be focused on the present.
Okay.
I think I'd prefer the future to the past.
Okay. Um, let's see. Trying to think. Scott, do you have any?
I was going to say, how do you handle stressful situations when you're put in them? Like, for example, going on a podcast. We can actually tap into it in real time. But if you can describe kind of the sensations or mentally kind of what you're working on, what is that experience like for you when you're in a stressful situation?
I am pretty good at staying calm, I think. I don't function very well in stressful situations in the fact that I don't normally achieve the way out of the stressful situation very easily, but I also don't blow up. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Because, like, what's the worst that could happen?
Yeah, exactly.
Because, yeah, how do you feel about, fight or flight when you're under attack or under stress? You're either going to flee or you're going to fight. Or I think there's also one where you just kind of play dead. But do one of those seem to present themselves as the better option to you?
Flight, definitely flight.
Flight, get out of there. All right.
Yeah. I'm not a big fighter.
Okay.
I'm on the podcast because I signed up for it, and I thought, well, I've signed up for it now.
Oh, interesting. So did you, because we did a little bit of rescheduling, but was it that you had made a commitment and are like commitments are important to you to hold, like once you signed up? Yeah. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Commitments are important.
Okay.
Yeah.
Does that
I already told you I didn't want to let you guys down. I already told you I'd be on the podcast, so I have to be on the podcast now.
Oh, I appreciate it. I mean, not everybody sticks to that, obviously, but we appreciate it. Does that come from anywhere in particular? Just that feeling that, you know, if I said I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it.
Well, you're just a bit of a lousy person if you don't.
Yeah.
My mom doesn't do that a lot. She says she's going to do something and doesn't. So I guess I try and not be like my mom.
I see.
There you go. We learn from our parents in good and bad ways.
Owen, what makes you really angry?
I almost never get angry. Pretty much nothing makes me angry.
Okay.
All right, here we go. Let's try, Sarah.
Scott.
1984 is a dumb book. It's not. It's a classic.
Have you read it?
I read it a long time ago, but that's the one where they're not literally. No, I'm thinking of Fahrenheit 451. I know I read it.
Oh, that's a good book as well.
It's like that's Orwell wrote 84,
yes,
right? Not
Orwell, yeah.
Okay, and Bradbury wrote 451.
Yes, Bradbury, yeah.
Honestly,
I've never read A Brave New World, but I've heard a lot of people tell me to read it.
I love it, and it's short.
Oh, that's good.
And I think A Brave New World, just to go off track for anybody who's interested in these books soon to be banned in the United States, it, I think, is more, it describes what we're going through, which is not banning of information, which is Fahrenheit 451, where they're literally burning books. But in Brave New World, it is such an influx of incorrect information that people just get so frustrated that they don't care what's true anymore. And to me, that is much more representative of what a lot of societies are putting up with in the internet age. I'll get back down off of my book box.
Okay, one final question from me. You said that you need usually a lot of time to make decisions. And can you talk about that? Like, what is it that causes you to need time to make decisions?
I'm just really, really, really terrible at making up my mind. I like to weigh all options at all times, even options that don't really matter. I really like to weigh all options before making any kind of decision.
Is it like, is there fear associated with, like, you're afraid of doing the wrong one, or you're just like, ooh, I could do this, I could do that?
I'm afraid of doing it wrong. I like to distribute my the things I have to do to other people so that they get it wrong instead of me.
That's good, working with a team, and you can say, guys, you can do this. I want this to be on you.
I contribute feedback, but they have to make the decision.
Okay, that's good.
So you'd be a good advisor, but don't. Yeah. One question that we do like to end with sometimes is if you have a philosophy on life, or maybe a motto that you live by. Could be a quote, could just be general, a general motto. Anything come to mind when I mention that?
It is what it is good. I like trying to remember that when something happens, it was meant to happen, right? That was like, there was no, it's already happened. There's no way around it. I need to stop focusing on, what would have happened or what could have happened, and remember that it did already happen, if that makes sense.
Oh, 100%. You can't change the past.
Yeah.
Kind of like stoicism. Have you ever read about Stoicism?
Not really. I read the Wikipedia article.
Okay.
Well, that covers all the basics. I think Stoicism's about not becoming emotionally attached to outcomes or possibility or things.
Well, it's also about realizing that you can only control your reaction to things.
Yeah, that there's like certain things that you cannot control, and there's certain things you can control, and you need to focus your attention on the things that you can control. And obviously the past you cannot control. It's out of there. Unless you believe that time is a circle and there are portals and we're in different dimensions and we can time travel.
Maybe.
We'll talk to Sarah about Bigfoot teleporting into...
I'm the open-minded one. You claim to be open-minded, but I think I'm open-minded. I'm open to that.
You can't be open to everything.
Well, I'm not open to everything, but I'm open to that.
We'll do a separate show on Bigfoot and why Sarah's open to that.
Yeah.
I think for the question period, Owen, we've got a lot of good information to work with. What we do now is Sarah and I have a little huddle while you're in the waiting room, kind of discuss our thoughts and our guesses. Then we bring you back and basically find out if either one of us got it right. There's a 50-50 shot that either one of us did, so I like our odds. But that's sort of how it goes. So feel free to take a little five-minute break or so, and we'll see you back here in about 5 minutes.
Yeah, okay.
Cool. All right. If I can find the right button here. There we go. All right, Sarah.
Hello.
We've either got a Cancer on our hands or a Scorpio or let me see what other stuff is going on here. We've either got a Gemini moon or an Aquarius moon. We've either got a Capricorn rising or a Cancer rising. Oh, a Cancer rising and a Cancer sun. Okay, so it's a double Cancer.
Yeah.
I was like, we can't have overlaps in the big three. That's like rule number one.
Only if it's within the same chart.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, and I forgot to mention, we should always mention this at the top of the show, but if you want to play along, these charts are available on AstroDetectivesPod.com. And then if you want to sign up for our Patreon account and be a supporter, then you will unlock access to the chart data so that you can actually plug and play and put it in your own preferred house system and look at transits and whatever you want to do.
Interesting. I like it.
Yeah.
So we got a lot of good answers.
Mm-hmm.
I always like to find a fellow meditator.
Yeah. Y'all should go be silent together.
Yeah, right? That's the easiest thing. You can actually just close your eyes and pretend that you're meditating with anybody you want.
Yeah. There you go. All right, Scott. So are we ready to reveal our answers to each other?
Oh, this is where I have to write it down, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, I could go either way on this one. I'm not feeling a strong pull. Are you feeling a strong pull?
I am feeling a strong pull, Scott. I
mean, okay.
I've been wrong before. I was honestly like a little... I was trying to come up with some questions, trying to think about the other chart and like, what would I ask about that? But I just feel like, I'll share my thoughts afterwards.
In the debrief.
Yeah. But like, I really feel like there wasn't much indication of any of those energies come.
You didn't ask about energies, or I'm sorry, injuries very much.
I did. Yeah, he said that. How did you miss that? He said he broke his arm because his brother pushed him down the stairs.
Oh, I got that part. That's true.
Yeah.
I thought that was more about the brother mistreating him.
Yeah. Well, he said he also got some cuts and bruises a lot. So he has sensitive skin, but overall he has good health.
part of that, I was Googling walkabouts.
Okay.
All right. It's decision time. I've written down my choice.
All right. I have 2.
Let's see what we've got.
All right. Oh, shit. I can't see.
Oh, but I do think I see a crab on yours.
Yes.
So we're both choosing a Cancer.
Okay.
Oh, boy.
All right.
So either I'm going to have my score improved or Sarah's going to have hers come down from her perfect score for this season.
Yeah, for this season.
Yep. Because, the scoreboard right now, Sarah's killing it. She's beating me, 3-1?
3-1.
Yeah, that's basically but it's like the buzzer just went off. Sarah hit a 3-pointer. Scott has 1 free throw. I guess I missed the other one.
Yeah, this isn't like the Rose Bowl where the Longhorns score at the last second.
I'm Vince Young, and you are Reggie Bush. And even though you got the Heisman, I'm going to be the best player in college football this year.
All right, well.
All right, everybody. We're going to be back right after these commercials. This commercial is going to tell you why you really should become a Patreon supporter and help us out. But I don't want to spoil all of it. Right after this commercial, we're going to bring Owen back in. We're going to find out if Sarah and I are right or if we have a Scorpio in our hands right after this. Hey, listeners, we're not just a podcast that tests astrology. We're an independent detective agency. That means we rely on you to help us keep the show running.
Exactly. By joining AstroDetectives on Patreon, you can support our mission to finally prove astrology is real.
Or, completely debunk it.
Here we go again.
One thing we can agree on, AstroDetectives is the only place you'll find astrologers and skeptics working together, like a buddy cop movie you didn't know you needed.
And trust me, detective work takes time, gathering evidence, late night stakeouts, solving cases, especially when Mercury's retrograde.
Okay, you can't blame Mercury.
The first step is easy and free. Just follow Astro Detectives on Patreon to get access to our debrief episodes where the conversation continues after each case ends. We break down what went right and what went wrong.
And if you want to fast track your training, become a rookie detective for only $3 a month. You'll unlock exclusive bonus episodes, plus early releases and the top secret case files sent straight to your inbox.
Or for just $1 a month, we'll make you an Astro intern. No compensation per se, but hey, you'll gain valuable detective experience and that warm, fuzzy feeling knowing you're helping us keep the lights on.
So if you like what we're doing and want to support us, head over to patreon.com/astrodetectives and join the investigation today. Welcome back, everybody. Sarah and I have made our choices. We're both leaning in the same direction, which means both of us are right or both of us are wrong. But the only person who knows the answer to that right now is Owen. And pressure's off. Pressure is on us now. We're either going to fail spectacularly or be victorious in choosing the right chart. I will tell you, we were choosing between a Cancer and a Scorpio. Hopefully, one of those two signs is your sign, your sun sign. Yes?
In Western, not Vedic.
Oh, in Western. Okay, not Vedic.
Well, Vedic astrology actually uses tropical placements.
Oh.
There we go.
Well, I know that sometimes the sun changes. Like, I'm a Virgo in tropical, but I'm a Leo in sidereal.
I can explain this if you really want.
Well,
Oh my God, I would love to hear Owen explain it to Sarah. Yes, Sarah's always explaining everything to Scott.
Hang on, let's do it in the debrief. But yes, I really do want to hear this.
I thought sidereal.
Sidereal.
I always call it sidereal. I thought sidereal is the one that deviates from tropical. But we're going to cover that in the debrief. Owen, we do a little show afterwards, a little bonus show. Are you able to stick around for a little bonus? All right. But first, the business at hand, because we're full of tension now. Sarah and I are sweating because we might be wrong. And
yeah, this part always makes me want to throw up.
Owen, can I ask, what is it like to watch somebody else be nervous? Is it like gratifying? Does it feel good to see someone else kind of squirming?
No.
Not in a bad way. They're just like, with anxiety a little bit.
I can relate. I know how you feel.
Okay.
I think I might have to take a shower after this.
Well, the pressure is off you now. That's what I'm trying to stress. It is on us. So you're either a Cancer or a Scorpio. Scorpio. Owen, what is your sun sign?
Scorpio.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, shit.
We're both wrong.
Oh.
Right through the heart. But honestly, I've been getting used to it. Sarah's record has now been shattered.
I just felt like I got too many in a row, and I just felt like I was going to get it wrong this time. But I just didn't know how.
Well, that is the reason that we do the little bonus episode afterwards, is to put together the pieces and figure out what happened. But before we do that, Owen, is there any place you would like to send listeners, or any advice, anything you would like to leave them with? This can be the site where your writing is, or any causes or something you would like to send them to.
Well, my website. I like more views on my website. That's always nice.
There we go. What is it?
llmilne.com.
And how's that spelled?
LLMILNE.
Okay. And we'll also put a link to it in the show notes. And Sarah, where can our listeners get in touch with you if they decide that they would like to get a reading on astrology or human design?
Yes, my website is Hartshorn Astrology. That's HARTSHORNE, astrology.com. And I offer astrology and human design readings.
And I'm still willing to put you in touch with a solar consultant if you need it at home, if you'd like to bring down your electric bill. Although, as of today, or actually as of 2 weeks from today, I will no longer technically be a solar representative wandering around the hardware stores bothering customers. More on that next week. But stick around if you would like to hear the bonus episode. I'm trying to find our script down here. That's it, everybody. Okay. This is me doing improv right now. That's it, everyone. Let us know what you thought by commenting on whatever platforms you follow us on. Links to our accounts are in the show notes. If you like the show and want to support it, you can visit patreon.com/AstroDetectives, where this conversation continues on the Patreon-only debrief. Don't forget to subscribe on your favorite podcast platform so you don't miss the next episode. Rate and review and tell your friends. And until next time, this case is closed.